In a world of hyperchange, education must nurture students' abilities to think, create, communicate, and problem solve, as well as nourish their innate capacity for tolerance, understanding, and an appreciation of multiple perspectives. Such an expansive set of competencies which promote key dispositions concerned with being open to critical reflection, adaptation, and innovation rather than being static are vastly different from those considered essential in the last century. Our exposure to vastly different stimulation in early years than that of even 10 years ago gives rise to a divergence from that of the past in how our brains are wired. Insight into brain scanning and imaging techniques allows us a glimpse into the neural circuitry of the brain and explores the process of synaptogenesis. This can inform us as educationalists on how to alter our strategies to include effective use of technology for engagement and learning. In the 21st century, globalization has become a valued competency. There is no single, unanimously accepted definition of the term global, but it is vital that students acquire specific sets of skills, knowledge, and attitudes in order to be globally competent. One of the key tenets of employment in the 21st century is the leveraging of technology to support and improve productivity. To that end, education needs to reflect the integral and ubiquitous use of technology across all learning environments. It is essential to recognise the relationship between and apply technical skill, pedagogical knowledge, and content mastery in a cohesive and deliberate fashion, establishing an outcomes-focused paradigm in order that students are immersed and fluent in digital processes where appropriate. Learning is often organic and experiential, therefore knowledge acquisition in a vacuum is no longer relevant. Epistemological research distinguishes between three types of learning: transmissional, or knowledge transfer, transactional, knowledge sharing, and transformative, knowledge creation. Applying knowledge in unique, innovative, transformational ways requires a more experiential approach, one that provides students opportunities for critical self-reflection or purposeful critical analysis of knowledge and experience in pursuit of deeper meaning and understanding. A self-directed model of learning posits itself alongside a critically reflective approach to learning. So reflective capacity and accurate self-evaluation are prerequisite to student success. Students should be given and assume greater responsibility for the content and pace of their own progress. Self-directed learners typically demonstrate dispositions such as persistence and resilience and an intrinsic value of the learning goal in itself, relating formal learning to their own experience. Connectivism supports the theory that separate nodes of knowledge or understanding can be connected in non-linear, unorthodox ways and foster important characteristics such as being proactive, observant, flexible, and curious. Learning styles and preferences should have opportunities to be identified, exercised, and refined as students engage in learning opportunities and construct or co-construct knowledge. Learning is a holistic process, therefore learners should also be exposed to methods in which they may learn effectively from, but not necessarily prefer. As reflective and reflexive practitioners, we need to exploit the holistic analytical dimension of our own thinking processes and subsequently model the Yang and Holliday's notion of adaptive action, which involves dealing with uncertainty by systematically reflecting on the questions: what, so what, now what? As we strive to adapt and be responsive to student needs, the realization that these needs can be described as flexile, fluid, and organic, constantly unfolding and evolving, we as teachers must posit ourselves in the midst of that to promote our learners as active makers of meaning.